Every winter, MLB teams pour hundreds of millions searching for a good power hitter. Front offices obsess over exit velocity, bat speed, home run production, all searching for the next superstar slugger. But during the 2025 through 2026 offseason, one of the best power hitters in the world was standing in front of them, and most teams didn't pay attention. Kazuma Okamoto had been absolutely destroying pitchers in the Japanese leagues for years. But never received the proper attention from MLB teams. He had some of the highest home run counts, consistency, and a relatively low-risk contract projection. So how does the league that loves to chase exit velocities and launch angles completely overlook a 6'1", 220-pound beast playing right in front of them? This is not just a story of one man transitioning from one league to another. This story is an example of how MLB completely overlooked Kazuma Okamoto and how he's now making them pay for it.
Hey guys, this is Jose from Baseball Unleashed. Hey, we're building something special here for all baseball fans. We're going to provide you guys the best MLB content throughout the 2026 season. Hit that subscribe button because you're not going to want to miss out what's next.
To understand the magnitude of MLB's oversight, you gotta understand the player they overlooked. Kazuma Okamoto's journey didn't start in a top American baseball academy. It began in Gojo, Nara, Japan, where he developed impressive physical abilities from a young age. By junior high, the dude stood 5'10", weighed 182 pounds, and was throwing 84-mile-per-hour pitches. At Chiben Gakuen High School, one of Japan's finest baseball programs, Okamoto became a national sensation almost overnight. He crushed 73 career high school home runs. 73! To actually put that in perspective, high school baseball in Japan is taken very seriously. Stadiums fill up. National tournaments are broadcast on TV. There's pressure on teenagers everywhere. And somehow, Okamoto kept hitting home runs. During the famous Spring Koshien tournament, he became just the 19th player in history to hit 2 home runs in a single game. By then, scouts just knew he was special. The Yomiuri Giants picked him in the first round of the 2014 NPB draft. For context, the Yomiuri Giants are the New York Yankees of Nippon professional baseball. A storied franchise with a huge fan base and immense pressure. Playing there means the expectations never cease. However, Okamoto's path to superstardom was not instant. He struggled early in the Eastern League, hitting just .254 in 2015 and having difficulty adjusting to professional wooden bat leagues. Then came 2018. Okamoto broke through with a .309 batting average, 33 home runs, and 100 RBIs. He became the youngest player in NPB history to reach 100 ribbies, earning the nickname the Young General. He was becoming the face of power hitting in Japan, and the dominance continued. 30 home runs, then another 30, then another. From 2018 to 2023, Okamoto hit 30 or more home runs in 6 straight seasons. In 2023, the dude led all of NPB with 41 home runs. During the 2023 World Baseball Classic, Okamoto hit a massive home run off Team USA pitcher Kyle Freeland in the championship game. Even in a 2025 season limited by an elbow injury, Okamoto was a powerhouse, batting .327 with 15 home runs in just 69 games, and posting an incredible .212 OPS+. This meant he was producing offense at more than double the league average. So when the Yomiuri Giants made the historic decision to post Okamoto for Major League Baseball teams, you'd expect a frenzy. Instead, the market was strangely quiet. And the reasons behind that silence reveal a lot about how MLB still evaluates international talent. Part of the issue was timing. Okamoto was already 29 years old. Another Japanese slugger, Munetaka Murakami, was younger, left-handed, and carried more long-term upside in the eyes of scouts. But age wasn't the only concern. There are still lingering questions about how Okamoto's game would translate to MLB pitching. Could he consistently catch up to elite velocity? Would Major League pitchers exploit his tendency to chase breaking balls off the plate? How long would the adjustment period actually take? And these questions weren't completely unreasonable. MLB is a completely different environment. The travel is tougher, the pitching is nastier, and plenty of great international players have struggled during the transition. But with Okamoto, the skepticism started feeling honestly excessive, especially considering his past record. This was a hitter with years of elite production in one of the best baseball leagues in the world, a multiple-time Gold Glove winner, a proven middle-of-the-order bat who had already succeeded under enormous pressure in Japan. And yet, instead of being viewed like a premier international star, Okamoto was often discussed more like a risky experiment. As the 45-day posting window ticked down, the silence was deafening. Then a desperate team made a move. The Toronto Blue Jays had just endured a brutal offseason. They lost Bo Bichette, missed out on Kyle Tucker, and desperately needed middle-of-the-order power. So on January 4th, 2026, the Blue Jays signed Kazuma Okamoto to a 4-year, $60 million contract. In today's MLB economy, that's almost unbelievable. Teams hand out larger contracts to aging pitchers with broken elbows. And yet, one of Japan's most dominant hitters signed for just $15 million annually. And the irony? Okamoto didn't even choose Toronto because of a grand recruiting pitch.
But the one thing that stuck in his mind is that he put all 30 logos of MLB teams in front of his daughter.
In his introductory press conference, he revealed the beautifully simple reason he came to Canada. He laid out the logos of all 30 MLB teams in front of his young daughter, and she pointed to the Blue Jays. That's how Toronto landed one of the biggest steals in baseball. Then the season started, and for a moment, the doubters thought they were right. Okamoto struggled early against breaking balls. Through his first 128 plate appearances, his strikeout rate jumped close to 30%. Baseball media immediately started circling. The NPB hitters can't handle MLB pitching takes came flying out again. But Kazuma Okamoto wasn't just some raw prospect trying to figure things out. He's a master technician of the batter's box. He went into the film room, adjusted his stance, and began to decode the matrix of MLB pitching. And then, everything changed.
As Okamoto drills one.
Okamoto didn't just adjust, he began to punish the league that ignored him. That whole narrative about him not being able to hit high velocity, that narrative collapsed instantly. StatCast data revealed that against four-seam fastballs thrown 94 miles per hour or harder, Okamoto was batting a blistering .303 with a massive .636 slugging percentage. He wasn't just surviving the velocity, he was hunting it. His advanced stats painted the picture of a hidden monster awakening. By early May, Okamoto had smashed 10 home runs and collected 24 RBIs while posting a 126 WRC+. To translate that into normal language, Okamoto was 26% better than the average hitter in MLB. At that point, the entire narrative around him started looking ridiculous. Because now, the same people who questioned his power were watching him hit baseballs halfway into the upper deck. And the same people who treated him like a low-risk experiment were suddenly watching him carry one of baseball's biggest franchises. Off the field, his transition was seamless, turning him into an instant cultural icon in Toronto. When asked by a reporter to describe himself through his interpreter, Okamoto kept a deadpan expression and said, "I'm very serious and very manly," before breaking into a fit of laughter. Every great sports documentary requires a defining moment of validation, a singular instant where the ghost of doubt are exorcised by the raw, undeniable reality of greatness. For Kazuma Okamoto, that moment arrived in early May against the Twins. He had already hit 3 home runs in the series, proving he belonged. But the league still needed a statement. Late inning, tight game. The crowd is losing its mind. Everything looked quiet until the swing started and the pitcher delivers a sinker inside.
1-0 to Okamoto, and he hits it hard. They lead. It's gone!
Okamoto turns on it. He doesn't just hit the baseball. The dude attempts to evaporate it. The ball leaves his bat with a staggering exit velocity of 112 miles per hour. The ball lands 453 feet away, deep into the upper deck. It registers as the 8th longest home run hit by any player in the MLB up to that point in the season. In that one breathtaking swing, every concern disappeared. MLB has often struggled to properly project the players. When Ichiro Suzuki came over, American media doubted that a slap hitter with his frame could survive the grueling 162-game schedule. And the dude became a legend. When Hideki Matsui left the Yomiuri Giants, they questioned if his Godzilla power would translate to Yankee Stadium. He won a World Series MVP. When Shohei Ohtani arrived, executives laughed at the idea of a two-way player in the modern era. He broke the sport. And yet, despite decades of evidence, the inherent scouting systems remain deeply entrenched in MLB front offices. They look at the NPB League and still somehow view it as a secondary experiment rather than a premier crucible of elite baseball talent. They fixated on Kazuma Okamoto's age and strikeout potential rather than recognizing a 3-time Gold Glove winner who had hit over 240 professional home runs before his 30th birthday. The Blue Jays didn't overthink it. They recognized the floor, trusted the pedigree, and exploited the archaic biases of their rivals to secure one of the greatest bargains in modern baseball history. The narrative of Kazuma Okamoto is far from finished. But the questions that remain are no longer about whether Kazuma Okamoto belongs in the major leagues. The questions are aimed directly at the 29 franchises that let him walk away. So what do you think? Did MLB completely underestimate Okamoto? And could he become the next great Japanese superstar in MLB history? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.